I'm like, I don't know. It's
Alright,
like, dude, there's a lot of other waves.
How about moving on?
Yeah, there you go.
We also talked about how the universe is like the one consciousness experiencing itself. And so animals and plants are both a part of that. Like, they're both organisms. But at the same time, there is a certain level of suffering that could happen that doesn't need to happen.
Well, animals. Yeah, it has to do with the censoring.
Yeah.
In order to monitor, I think it's like, what if the universe is finding out that it's flawed, or not flawed, but can you use the word flawed? Flawed requires that it's like an individual, because if it's all just everything working towards something, then it's kind of like it doesn't matter.
You need something outside of it to say that it's flawed.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I think when we're talking about suffering, is suffering the sensation of, like, just knowing that there is this geometry, but, like, we're kind of blunted. Like, we don't quite hit it, Like, there's like, what we want to achieve, and then there's what happens. And it might even be what we want to achieve, and then what happens is, like, way beyond, way beyond what we thought.
So you think that's why they say life is suffering? Is that what you're saying?
Well,
that you can see the ideal and you can never reach it.
Yeah, but sometimes you can surpass it because you didn't know.
If you don't put your conscious attention towards the goal.
Yeah, and that has to do with, like, the fear voice. If we're using that, is that called an archetype? I like that word occasionally, but, like, fear versus love, a way of.
Yeah, they're definitely archetypes.
Yeah, it's very simplistic, but
that's why it's useful.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, if you listen to the fear voice, then you just have extremes. I think probably. So yeah, try to listen to the love voice, I guess. But
listen to the love voice.
Yeah. I'm doing a lot of uhs now, mostly because it's more like the complexity of it now. Yeah. Now it's spreading out.
Oh, it actually if I'm thinking about it visually, it looks like one of your paintings.
We might just be almost finished here, right?
It kind of breaks off into this spiral, and then it comes back into the original thing, and then it goes back into another spiral.
I wish it wasn't like that. It's mostly like that because of, I think, time or speed.
Well, I think it's just how our brains work. Like, that's just how it happens. That's like very, very visual people, very creative people. That's how they think.
Yeah. There's some noise in there, though.
Yeah. Definitely. Not all thoughts are good thoughts. How can you tell?
Yeah. So I think there was more to this consciousness thing with plants and like there's the sensors. Oh, I don't know. I don't think plants have a way of sensing sound. Because sound is a vibration. What is it striking? Where's the tympanic membrane? What membrane is moving that's sending like a signal? Like, if there's no, what is the sensation? How's it happen?
It doesn't have to perceive sound the exact way that we perceive it.
Okay, well,
it could still sense whatever that vibration is.
What's the hypothesis? What is it?
Well, I'm just thinking of what do you call it? Like a relative is like bees. What do they see? Like infrared light. So flowers, they pick up very different information from flowers than we do.
Okay, so you're saying there's like some. Okay, so there's yeah, that's true. There's frequencies that we can't sense, but again, because we can't sense it. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's still there.
So you're
there's an infinite amount of information from any given thing.
Yeah.
But depending on what it's used for towards your survival, you'll perceive those different things.
Okay, well, let me speculate, like summarize, because I want to make sure I understand what you're saying.
Okay.
But it seems like you're saying that it can sense itself without the ability to sense itself. Like, I don't get it. Like anything. Like how can there be? So you're just saying it's some kind of direct channel. There's no mechanism of sensation. There's no like physical. So then it's not rooted in the physical world. Then why,
No. Okay, for one, I should say I don't know if plants perceive sound. But the way you were explaining it to me sounded like they can't perceive it because they don't have anything that resembles. I mean, this is too simplistic, but they don't have anything that resembles an ear.
Okay.
To pick up that.
So you're speculating that plants do have a mechanism to sense sound. You would
Yes,
have to
but
in order
I wouldn't call it sound
to
necessarily.
further speculate that it can hear sound. But
Yes.
okay, sorry, what were you
So
saying?
that's what I'm saying is
It's
that
not sound.
I don't know, because sound is
Okay.
only sound to us because our ears are picking up the air vibration. I'm saying they might pick up that air vibration, but combined with whatever their sense organ is, it's not sound, it's whatever they're perceiving. But it's the same information.
All right. I can hypothesize a mechanism that plants can sense sound, but I feel that it's a little too. Well, I'm not gonna say that even. We'll just see. Okay, so how do plants sense sound? It first of all, it's over a much longer time scale. Like they don't hear it the way we hear it.
Right.
They hear it through a sensing mechanism to be determined later. They're able to sense changes in the environment that are derivative of precursor sound events, which influence behavior.
Yes.
All right.
I think that's the best way to explain it.
See, I'll be honest. I think that some of the things earlier when you said you lost me, or vice versa. I feel like I would say it that way, but I have to slow it down.
Yes.
You know.
Slowing down things helps.
I have to, but the thing is, I have to say it super fast so I stay on the track. You know, because it's like a very narrow. You know.
I know when you're talking fast, sometimes you run off the tracks.
Yeah, that's true.
You just
All right. Very fair.